Officials are calling the move a major blow to the Caribbean tourism industry and, quote, a form of discrimination against the region, referring to the new departure tax initiative that the UK government plans to implement this coming November, which will add a higher tax departure on visitors to the Caribbean. Regional leaders fear that the new taxes will put a damper in the pockets of travelers amidst a hurting economy and will toll travelers to the Caribbean between 25 to 87%, depending on the class of travel. The Caribbean is already seeing a decline in tourism arrivals, so how will this affect the region? Minister of Tourism, Honorable Wayne Garland, tells News 4 that the new plan will definitely be a setback.
I mean, for the market itself, I think it's going to have a definite negative impact on the amount of guests that we got coming here. I mean, it's for persons traveling from the UK and also traveling through the UK. I think the 25% increase is proposed for 2009, with a 78% proposed for 2010. So that's going to have a definite effect on travel to the Caribbean. Now, as being a part of CTO, so CTO has made representation for us as far as protesting the increase in the tax, but we're also working with the dependent territories. We figure we can make a push as the dependent territories if British has oversight for us, that we can make a push for the dependent territories and try to make a protest that way as well.
Visitors traveling to the Caribbean will pay 30% more compared to U.S. rates and 40% more compared to domestic flights in the UK. Officials from the Caribbean Tourism Organization have strongly condemned Britain's plan, saying that it is heavily penalizing those who want to visit the Caribbean and that the new taxes are, quote, an injustice. Chairman of the CTO, Minister Harold Lavelle, has been speaking out against the new taxes and recently aimed to reach out to Prime Minister of the UK, Gordon Brown. Honorable Lavelle said, quote, our country's economies are hugely dependent on tourism, but the British government plans to replace us in a more expensive tax category compared to the whole of the U.S. This puts us at a considerable disadvantage. Honorable Garland says,
I think the efforts are going very well. Like I said, we're going to make a very strong case for the dependent territories that we don't feel like it is fair to assert this tax on us, especially now in these sort of tough economic times. When you look at some of the other regions that the tax is imposed on, like travel to Europe, is far significantly less than coming to the Caribbean. So even if they impose that kind of tax on us, that might be something acceptable. But the tax that they're proposing now is definitely a no-no.
The Association of British Travel Agents and the industry paper Travel Trade Gazette have launched an online petition against the move and already have more than 6,000 protesters being registered. You can log on to www.onecaribbean.org for more information. For WIV4 News, I'm Angie Toussaint.